Everybody, it's Victor. It's time for another run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Today we're doing a greed and run because, man, it feels like it's been forever since I did one. Didn't one. And why not? You know, just switch it up a little bit here. We're still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes, but I know there's a lot of people, a pocket of the mosh pit that really enjoy greed runs, and I just felt like playing it today. Nice little change up for the Tuesday. Here's your meme of the day. Immediately brought to you here by Garth Shark. Great name, by the way. Title thread was, to quote my girlfriend, quote, "Sin has some pretty cold takes on food," end quote. And then in the meme they sell themselves, it say, "Me who fell asleep listening to Sinvicta's daily VOD. My foodie girlfriend stuck listening to a non-foodie's opinions about food." I am not a foodie. I'm someone who enjoys eating. I mean, I big dog go to eat. I do like me some food, but I do not like certain types of food, as you all are now well aware of. And I think I got some pretty good takes. Some people said that I'm not totally crazy. We have Sierra Victor 249 Whiskey Lima 8. We'll start with growth hormones, which is fantastic. All of our starting stats are beautiful. I do not even want to I'm not even going to mention our spacebar item here. Oh, it's Curse the Blind in greed mode. That's just super great. Well, you can imagine how this first floor is going to go. We're just going to go right to the next floor because I'm not dealing. Curse the Blind should not exist in greed. Full stop. Just full stop. If you want it to exist in greedier, fine. That's for those of you crazies out there that like to torture yourself with greedier, then go for it. But you're already playing like a fun mode on non-fun mode, so why not make it more fun and put blind mode on there as well? Curse the Blind. Maybe not blind mode, but Curse the Blind's there. Just keep it out of regular greed. You know, like greed's supposed to be fun. You get a couple of really nice unlocks for a couple of characters. Have yourself a blast. So switch it up, you know, change the formula a little bit. But why has it got to be Curse the Blind on regular greed? That's my only complaint about it, you know? Because you might as well just not even be playing the floor right now. Like if you, I mean, I have to go into the item room just because obviously it's not getting items in greed is very, very lethal. And unlike regular runs in Eden or in Isaac, you are not going to be able to skill your way out of a lot of the challenges that are in greed, specifically when it comes down to fighting ultra greed. That's the big turd in the punch bowl there. All that to say, I really like greed mode. I just don't like having to deal with blind items. There's a half price item here. That's the only way that I would even begin to entertain the idea of buying something. I mean, Skinny on Mushroom is fine. It didn't hurt us that much, and it's a fantastic Tears upgrade, so I'll take it. We'll buy a heart here, because we can still work with this with blind items. We're just going to ignore them for the most part. We're also going to ignore pills. Okay. So we do not want to go down to a half heart interval here. Skinny on Mushroom gives us a movement speed upgrade, gives us a huge Tears upgrade, and a big damage downgrade, but it is worth it still at the end of the day. If you don't need the damage necessarily, or if you're already starting with very little damage, then it's worth it. We didn't get hurt too bad, even though we're starting off with growth hormones. The DPS upgrade we get from max Tears far outweighs the disadvantages of having the 30% damage down. So in this case, Skinny on Mushroom was a very lucky and very beneficial blind upgrade, but it could have very easily been Cursed Eye or something that's just a waste of money and time. Go back and bomb this Tinted Raku. We got plenty of movement speed, plenty of HP. We don't need to really worry too much about taking a blind double deal here, because I'm not going to get stuck with an angel deal on greed modes. This is just not happening. Unless it was guaranteed to have like Revelation or Sacred Heart, or you know, even something like crazy like Godhead. That would be nice. Ocular Rift is not. Yeah, we don't need more shot speed or Tears. Ocular Rift is certainly not one of the items I would want, but it's the item that we got. Hey, look, we can see our items now. Lump of Coal is fantastic. So to go to the last week's question of the episode, this one came in from the Magic Number episode, which it was a title that Alex, it got a little bit lost in translation. It was not supposed to be. It was. I told him, because we got Magic Mush in there. I said I want mushrooms. I don't know how to say it in Spanish, but I want mushrooms because of Magic Mush. So what I asked him originally was, hey, do the number 1111 since it's episode 1111, but do them as if they were like made out of Magic Mush, like the mushroom. Like it looked like if you opened up a Mario Brothers game and saw the numbers 1111, but they were all in like the mushroom, like toadstool form. I mean, you can visualize what I'm talking about. And Alex didn't quite get it, but we made it work anyway. I just asked him to change the colors of the mushrooms. And some people did get it, some people didn't. But it was supposed to be because obviously we get Magic Mush and it's episode 100 or 1111. That was it. Nothing groundbreaking. Nothing that needs a genius level IQ to understand. And most people got it. Some people just said the art was cool. Some people didn't see. Wow, that was a lucky dodge there. Didn't see the numbers 1111 typed out there in the mushrooms, but I understand. Anyway, that's just a little. I like to give a little lore behind the art. I think it kind of spices things up. It gives you something to latch on to. Love to get a bomb here. Let's go see what's inside of our item room before we go buy anything else. Cracked orb is certainly a thing. I will buy 2 soul hearts just to give us a guaranteed double deal acquisition. Just because we got Lump of Coal does not mean that we are going to be missing, that we are going to not see Krampus, by the way. It just means that he won't drop Lump of Coal. That being said, going on last week's question of the episode was sent in by Jess Gore 4122. We said, question of the episode, if you could add any mod into the base game, such as Fiendfolio, external information, or external item descriptions, ECT. Not sure what ECT is. What would you add? The answer is external information mod. Just bar none. That is what the game. It's not even like a. It's not even a want. It is a need. The game needs external information mod in it. If you're going to start introducing us to items such as spin down die, such as the bag of crafting, that sort of stuff, you need to give players the opportunity to understand what they're making or what they're picking up. And not having it in the game, I think, is more detrimental than helpful. We're going to take everything here. I'm going to take Horror Babylon. We're going to take Abba Dabba Ding Dong. And then also take the Pact, which is going to give us 2 HP back. So we trade 2 Soul Hearts for 2 Soul Hearts. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get the chests there, but we do have a lot of extra firepower now. So we just need to get if we can stabilize our HP, get more damage, get a nice tier effect that is not Ocular Rift, we're going to be looking real solid. So anyway, external information mod, 100%. That is what this game absolutely truly needs. I think that without it, I think the game is a lesser version of itself. And I'm pretty sure, especially console players, any console player that you ask is probably going to say the same thing. The external information mod, by the way, if you don't know what it is, it's all the text that shows up on the left-hand side over here. Whenever I get to an item that I can pick up or like a trinket or something like that, it always explains what's going on. And some people may say it's a little bit cheaty. Like part of the fun is to discover on your own. That's not how we had it back in the day, which is true. Hey, you're talking to somebody who played the original Isaac for a year before Rebirth came out. All right, I at least was part of that crowd. All right, I played long enough to be able to claim citizenship of the OGs in Isaac. So I do agree with the idea of being able to explore and being able to say, hey, what does this do? You know, the wonder of discovery moment and just the feeling of that. All that is well and good. But for the people who play the game already and know enough about the game to know how it works, I think that it is better off to give them an option to say, hey, that's cool, but I want to know what this card does. I want to know what this item does. I want to know what this boss drop does. I want to know what this bag of crafting make. I want to know what the spin down die turn into. I want to know what item TM Trainer is about to give me if I need to take it or not, to a certain extent, you know. I think that is more valuable to the players that already know enough about Isaac to make something work. They just don't know, they don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of the items like certain people do on YouTube, that sort of thing. And I by the way, I'm not including myself in that because I do not have encyclopedic knowledge about this game. Someone on Reddit very recently, someone on the Reddit post said that I had a golden opportunity, no pun intended, but a golden opportunity to have an unlimited Mama Mega charge when I ran into the everything jar, which is true. I did. And I didn't realize it. That's the kind of stuff that you're never going to be able to like fully see here unless if I truly am thinking about it. Didn't mean to buy that. You know what? Yeah, I will take the flat file because at least that gets us into the curse. It's supposed to get us into the curse room for free, but it didn't. No. Apology not accepted. You gave us 2 Curse of Blinds game. Should have walked out and walked back in. No. Well, at least Cracked Orb showed us the way of where the secret room was, I guess. But I'm not using the reverse stars card until I can see the item I'm taking, and we are 99.9% sure not going to take the devil deal on this floor. Because there's no way for me to tell whether or not the item that we're taking is a 2 heart or 1 heart deal. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, but we can't. We just can't. But you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna roll a die. I'm gonna roll a die and say, I'm going with the dice. I'm rolling the dice. 1 to 2 is the first one. 3 to 4 is the second one. 5 to 6 is the third one, and we get a 1. It's my shadow. Oh, we got damage up. Super. Okay, game. Look, I know that the familiar complaint is we need tears, we need damage, yada, yada, yada. Like, I get that, game. But, like, this is getting a little ridiculous now with the tears. We do not need any more tears upgrade. I'm actually going to take Fat on Mushroom, not take Red Stew. This gives us 2 or 3 for Fun Guy, which would give us an HP upgrade. This also gives us an HP upgrade and a damage upgrade. It just slows us down a little bit, which I'm also down with. Because we're moving too fast right now. Worst papers, no thank you. So it gives us a 0.5 movement speed down, which again is very counterintuitive of the usual spiel by myself. And I understand that. But I also got to look at the times ahead here. I'm stuck. My shadow spawning a whole bunch of shadow grubs here, and I'm down for that. They do actually deal a significant amount of damage when they're in a big group like this. You just have to be careful with clown physics. Yeah, these grubs will absolutely eat the lunch of any boss that spawns on this floor here. Abba Dabba Ding Dong helping us out with the fear shots there. Oh, there's 3 of them. When have we ever seen 3 red polycepholuses? Oh my gosh. Whoa there. We need both of you to just calm down a little bit. Right? I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this room anymore. Lots of damage there from my shadow. Okay. Skolex doing some aerial tricks here thanks to Ocular Rift. Look at him go. Get me out of this room for a second, please. I'm a little terrified right now. I mean, we could take Red Stew. Red Stew is very easily going to run out before we get to Super Greed. We are actually going to get Fun Guy, which gives us the HP upgrade right before the Devil Deal. That's perfect timing. I'm going to take that as a sign. With the belt, I mean, we can get our movement speed back. At least we get a half price item behind it, and we do. We get marbles as well. Might as well take it. Binky, we don't need. Shouldn't be too bad here, especially with our recovered HP now. Door's open, by the way, because of cracked orb. Yeah, so cracked orb, I need you to not do that again, please. And by the way, some people have been asking, how does this keep happening? How does Sinvicta keep walking out of the door whenever there's like a Devil Deal, or whenever like you shouldn't be walking out of the door? What idiot makes that mistake? Look, if you play around the perimeter of a room like I do in order to dodge, to give yourself the absolute most maximized amount of space to maneuver and to mitigate damage, you hug the perimeter of the room. It is mathematically the most space you're going to have on a horizontal or vertical plane to not get hit by something. And when you hug stuff, you're used to walking against it like I am. And whenever that door opens, whenever something is afoot, whenever something is not quite right, like a door being open that you didn't know was open, or that a Devil Deal that got placed in the wrong spot and you accidentally walk out, walk back in, it happens. I'm very, very happily going to get rid of Mom's coin purse here. Heartbreak is fine. We are gonna get Leviathan, which is nice. I'm not gonna take Book of the Dead, and we don't have a key for that, so we'll use this Bomba to get into the El Secret Roomo. We'll get the Eternal Sizzle. Let's go. Era? Oh, Magdalen's full of Badalin. Hey, we got Leviathan. I'm down with that. Where are you? Lover's card. Devil card. Now we're talking a little bit. That's more damage. H-Pizzle. Honestly, I'm fine with HP for now. The late Sacred Orb is very interesting, but is it worth... I mean, we still have 2 floors left, I guess. Yeah, we can take Sacred Orb. We only need 1 more key for the rest of this run, so... Yeah, come on down, Low Steven. Now, if possible, we need to pick up Sacred Orb before the Devil Deal. If possible. I'm feeling lucky today because I'm recording this right at the end of Sunday, and I'm very proud of myself. Yo, let's stop getting hit by just invisible stuff. Well, we're getting hit because we're getting feared. The things that we're hitting are getting feared, and they're standing still and turning invisible. So, but I'm feeling very, very accomplished. Very proud of myself. I finished 3rd. I got top 3 in my local game shop's Lorcana tournament tonight. Now, super stoked, and I'm very proud of myself because I've only been playing the game. The game's been out since November. I've only been playing since basically at the beginning of July. And I just want you to know how proud of myself I am. Well, that's all I want you to know. It was a lot of fun. I've never played in a TCG tournament before. So being able to play against people who knew what they were doing, and I learned the game in a very short amount of time, was already fun enough. And then to actually have success and finish in my first ever tournament in third was very cool. I didn't win anything because it wasn't a major event. It was just a LGS event. But still, there were good players there, and they had crazy decks, and I felt very good about it. So that's why I was feeling lucky today with the Devil Deal. And Ocular Rift has not really done anything to offend, but Ocular Rift is not really great. It's good if you have stuff like Envy, I guess, or there's a lot of ads on the ground, but not the greatest thing ever in terms of, it's very disruptive in terms of tier effects. Very dangerous to have. Maw of the Void is good. I don't know if I want Satanic Bible. I don't want the Satanic Bible. So we can re-roll here with the Eternal D-Sizzle. 9 volts, just a big full charge. So what we should be doing is we should be re-rolling a pedestal that has a full charge, or that has a half price like that one. Problem now is that we don't have enough money to buy meat, unless there's some money down here. Death card and Justice card, which could give us money. No, because it's going to be just golden chests. Yeah, unless we used it in a different room. We have no bombs to be able to bomb anything. Yeah, cooked. That's okay. Still gonna hold on to Devil card for damage though. Okay, Black Lotus is a very safe amount of HP for us to get here. Synth Oil, of course, is an amazing damage upgrade. We wouldn't get spun yet unless there was something behind it. Algis Rune, which is probably better than a Devil card for greed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Devil card now and just give it some damage. It's going to kind of take a nice relaxed evening here. Evening with Greed. That's my new book coming out. Title works on so many levels. Okay. We're gonna throw all the hands. When we were talking about throwing hands, this is not what I was talking about. I don't know what this voice is. A very, very bad Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, we take Black Lotus ahead of the Devil Deal. Sci-Fly would be great, but Synth Oil is greater. Double Hollow and double Grub. Yep, saw that one coming. Oh man, Backstabber and Empty Vessel to give us the Empty Vessel shield. It refunds 2 hearts back, which is nice. Yeah. And that is the power. I almost forgot the Algis Rune. That is the power of us having the Sacred Orb here. I would love to get another reroll, or at least another item, or maybe just a Soul Heart, but we are not going to be able to do that unless the slot machine pays out. Let's slot machine pays out with more than 1 cent. Roll. Oh. 10 cents. 10 cents. You betrayed me on this day of my son, little Steven's wedding. We were just fired into the greed room, like just full sent into the greed room. I don't know why we have the empty vessel effect or the Polaroid effect. What was that? Where do we get this invincibility from? I don't know what's going on in this run. I'm kind of worried right now. Yeah, see, this is the problem with Ocular Rift. You don't want it sucking up all of the shots when you know the directions of things of how they're supposed to be acting. Again, that's that unpredictability in Isaac that we've talked about. Okay, there's Empty Vessel. I'm gonna go ham here with my Shadow. My guess is that was the Empty Vessel shield from Monstro flinging us into the shop. I mean, Monstro really did come out of nowhere. I'm gonna use Algis Room just so we can bomb him with my Shadow. Unless we get popped. Okay. 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 Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh. All right. By the way, I'm not moving for that. I'm running up to him and we're getting slung around everywhere. The physics engine. Yep. Okay. Well, I don't know what that was, but it certainly was. But at least you got to see like the really cool interaction between the invincibility shield here and my Shadow. It is actually quite powerful. It's an item. Another combo that we had not that long ago was, I think it was Unicorn Stump and my Shadow. And you know what? My Shadow doesn't get enough credit, to which I'm guilty of. But still, I think that it slept on more than it should be. Let me know your thoughts down below. A little bit of a shorter episode today, but you know what? I had a lot of fun playing Greed. Let me know in the comments down below how you enjoy these Greed runs. And of course, as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, everybody. I hope you had a great Tuesday. And thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like and thanks to patrons of mine like Mark J. Cameron, Newborn God, and Braden Clark. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of Isaac episode, please check out my Patreon by going to patreon.com/Invicta. I think I need to get some water or something. Can't speak anymore.